Hey y'all, I got a quick message for y'all. Uh, as you can tell from the look on my face, I am not happy. I'm very sad. Um, so I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story. Um, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure a couple of months ago, or I want to say like probably half a year ago. Um, I had the same dream back to back to back, 3 days in a row. So I knew this was God telling me something. And in those dreams, I was shopping at a store. And every single time in all three of those dreams, the the store kicked all customers out. I mean, the store was packed with customers. People are rushing for supplies. I'm talking about like it looked like people were getting ready for something to happen, right? And so was I in that dream. And and when the store shut down and everyone kicked out, there were people going around telling everybody to whatever you have in your buggy, that's it, leave. The store's not open no more, right? I walk outside and I see the presidential plane and a bunch of jets flying over our heads. And after I see them fly over our heads, the whole grid shut down, y'all. Like I'm talking about lights out. Like I'm talking about the whole grid shut down, right? It took the second time of me having that dream to really know if that was from God or not. Because there's just no coincidence that you have the same dream back to back to back 3 days in a row. So I didn't pay no mind to it the first time. And the second time I had it, I was like, okay, this has to be coming from God. And the third time I had it, I was like, yeah, this has to be coming from God. Like, there's just no way. So yeah, the whole grid shut down. And if you read in Revelations, I forgot which chapter, but God talks about Babylon. And y'all probably hear this a lot from other children of God that America is Babylon. And what God says is what's going to happen to Babylon is not going to be pretty. Babylon will be destroyed. Because Babylon is basically like a place of wickedness, a place of sin. And what is America? A place of wickedness, a place of sin. So, I already know that's going to happen to this country one day. Um, but I'm not afraid because, I know I got God by my side and, I know where I'm going. So, I know God gonna protect me anyways, because God says in His Word, I forgot how the verse fully goes, but He explains how don't be afraid of what happened to the wicked around you, because God will keep your foot from being snared. So if you are actually a child of God and you're following God, and you're actually following God for real, you're not trying to be lukewarm, you're really trying to be about the walk, then you're going to be good. God's going to protect you from whatever judgment He casts upon the wicked, which is including Babylon, which is America. So, but anyways, yep, that's what happened. Those three dreams back to back to back, those 3 days in a row, is that Babylon, this country, America, fell. And I believe God was showing me that to not only warn me, um, but I feel like He was also showing me that to continue to help me to focus on the main point of why I'm here, and that is to save souls before they are lost and are in hell for eternity. Um, and for me to continue to stick close with Him and not to allow the things of this world to get me to turn away from Him. So I won't end up in, unfortunately, a lot of people's position that where they're going to end up. Um, And the reason why I'm sharing this to you guys is because I want you guys to understand that you don't have time like you think you do. Um, God is returning soon, and I'm telling you, once you pass away from this planet, you're not going to have another chance to repent. You know, once your eyes close, that's it. You're done. There's no more, oh, you finally saw God face to face, so now I'm sorry, God, I repent. That's not going to work that way. The only time you have to repent is while you're still here on this planet. That's the only time you got. So I hope you make that choice. And but the main message I want to share with you guys is I had 3 dreams today. I mean last night, sorry. Back to back to back. And they were all 3 apocalyptic dreams also. Um I'm just gonna share the first one with you guys because I don't want to make this too long. But the first one I was in the store, but this time while I was shopping, I turned behind me and I'm talking about a mountain like full of water, bro, just like bursted. Like I'm talking about rocks flying out the freaking mountain, and it's just a bunch of water coming down, right? And then I look to my sides and I see water coming. Like I'm talking about like the whole store was trapped, y'all. Like there was water rushing towards us everywhere, and it's not some regular water. I'm talking about waves of water just surrounding us, hurling towards us. And I just started running around the store, screaming from top of my lungs, telling people to repent. Y'all, this dream, y'all, I'm talking about, it felt so real. It felt like I was there. Like it felt like this was actually happening, bro. And I knew for a fact that this is, judgment. So I'm running around the store, I'm telling people to repent, and there's a lot of people in the store who are still denying God. Like even when they see what's happening, I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about people are sitting down around the whole store, just sitting down, crying, scared, all types of stuff. And I'm just running around telling people to repent. And there was this guy sitting down next to his woman, and there was 2 of his friends in front of him. And I was telling him to repent because I saw him trying to repent at first, but he stopped because his woman and his 2 friends were telling him not to. And once he started crying, I ran up to him and told him straight up, like, don't allow your woman or your 2 friends in front of you to make you go to hell alongside with them, you know? And he started crying, right? He looked down, started crying, and he looked back up, and I can tell there was demons in him, y'all, because he started saying some crazy evil stuff. So I started casting the demons out of him, and before he like fully repented, I woke up. And then that was crazy, y'all. And then I went back to sleep. I had another apocalyptic dream, woke up, went back to sleep, had another one. So I was like, okay, yeah, nah, I'm not going back to sleep, bruh. But yeah, I'm telling y'all that too. I just want to warn y'all, man, you don't have time like you think you do. God is going to return, and when he returns, it's going to be with fire. It's going to be with brimstone. It's going to be with fire and brimstone. So a lot of y'all thinking that God's going to come back and just welcome all of his real children with open arms, take them up to heaven. And no, God's going to come back with fire and brimstone, meaning he's going to cast his judgment upon all the wicked, all the people who didn't want to repent, all the people who didn't want to follow him and obey him, all the people who didn't want him in their lives. But if you are a child of God and you're watching this, don't be afraid, because God even tells us in his word, don't be afraid, because he will protect us from all that. Look back at the story with Moses when, I think it was with Moses, when God told him to take God's people out of Egypt and bring them to the promised land. What did the Egyptians do? The Egyptians did not let his people go. So what did God do? He casted judgment upon Egypt back to back to back. And what happened to the Israelites? Were they caught in it? Were they caught in God's judgment? No, God kept them away from that. God kept them safe while he was casting his judgment upon Egypt. I still remember when God casted his judgment upon Egypt, I still remember there's another story too. It was I don't know if it was in Sodom or Gomorrah, I don't know, but it was Lot, I think. I think it was Lot. Um, God sent his angels to judge the wicked, right? But everyone who was actually, following God and trying to be right by God, they had a symbol on their door, and that told the angels to not judge whoever are in this house. Who's ever in this house, don't cast your judgment on them. Leave them alone. Go and cast your judgment on the rest of the wicked. And so yeah, God already shows us in the Bible, and he tells us plenty of times that if you're a true follower of God, when stuff starts hitting the fan before he brings us back home to him, we will be protected because we're his act, because he knows his children. So don't be afraid if you are a child of God, because God will protect you while he casts his judgment on the wicked. So this message was solely for people who's not taking this walk seriously, who's not taking their relationship with God seriously. They're still being lukewarm. They're still willfully sinning, and all that stuff, man. I'm just want to warn you, man. This is not a game, and you don't have time like you think you do. And I just pray you make the right decision. But God bless y'all. Y'all stay safe, and yeah.